Welcome to my daily practice at Wendy Coad Art. If you find this video interesting or helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking the video.
Hi, my name is Wendy and I'm an artist. I've been an artist my whole life and I am excited to invite you into my studio and show you my art practice. Today I am going to be painting on some fresh paper, some fresh map paper. I'm all energized today. I want to do it all. So I'm going to try to get to all of it. Doing some work on my panels, my tabletop panels, and also continuing with my kind of push-pull on this wall of adding intense colors and then taking some of them out and adding more and taking some of them out and adding more. I never know where that's going to end, so, here we go. So first of all, there's a couple of things here that I want to do right from the get-go. And I also started putting things in my little bin here. But I found some smaller squeegees, and I was about to throw them out because I thought, oh, they're so small. What am I going to use them for? And then I remembered I had some things that I wanted to work on, such as these panels. And so I'm just, before I start anything else, I'm just going to kind of get rid of some of this intense area here so that I can put something else in there in its stead. It was just a little too, it was a little too much, a little too much. Let me just get the goddess. I mean, something has to go there. It's just, it was just a little overdone. So lighten it up, then come back in with something a little more intense. And that is just the beginning. So while I have a little white on my little squeegee, I'm going to go right over here and I'm just going to take out some of this text. I'm not really taking it out, I'm just making it a little more translucent. Well, the paint is, because it's applied very thinly, it's semi-transparent. I don't usually do big swaths like this, but again, it's so semi-transparent that I'm not really obliterating any of the map itself, which is good, because I don't want to. What do we have here? We've got the border of Canada and the Northwest Territories. Oh, this is Canada and Canada and the U.S. Northeast, which is almost Canada. I said that just to bug you. Mainly because it's usually the reverse. Canada, almost the United States. So. All right, I like that. Now this one, this is a set. I'm gonna turn this over. See what we've got on this side. And yeah, there's nothing that really needs to be erased there or, pushed behind. Not yet, anyway. I could. Dampen some of this, I suppose. It's not bad. And just open some of these areas up. So that kind of gave this kind of gave like a breeze through. That's what I'm calling it anyway. I like the sound of the squeegee running across the paper. I like this. It's not doing any more or less, which maybe renders it useless, but it's just kind of softening some areas. Give a little attention to some of these corners. Corners are so important and often overlooked, or I should just claim that I often overlook them. You might not, if you're doing some work yourselves. And if you just enjoy watching somebody paint, then yeah, these are all the little steps or big steps that I take. I'm quite enamored with the subtlety of the overlay. Although I'll have to put some of this back in, or I feel like I will be doing that. So this will not take very long to dry, I don't think. I think I'm going to be able to get another round in. So I'm going to take this to the other side of these paintings, of these boards, I mean. Maybe the maps have influenced me in that I'm creating a kind of a mapping system with my markings. Where water flows, where there's trees, a landscape, like a map, a schema, not a picture. And so, like the maps, I'm covering some of those and redirecting them. It's kind of like construction. And we'll see when I come back to working on these after the first layer here that I'm putting on today has dried. Yeah, we'll see where that goes. So this is the other side. I have not done any overlapping of the semi-transparent white. I'll have to just take a look once I get all this moved. me just show you this side. Which I kind of like. I'm having technical difficulties here, so I have to check check on my camera. It looks like I pushed the button for record, but it did not begin to record. So back to the drawing board. There. I have to, I'm always managing, are the batteries charged? Have I deleted, the videos that came before, because they take up quite a bit of space, and then they run out of space. Yeah, this side is, there's some really interesting things going on here, I think. And I'm not just sure what I want to do. And when I'm not just sure, I've got choices. I just go in and do something, and then that kind of shakes things up, and then I do other things. Or I just let things sit for a little while. Sometimes what I do too is I take my phone as a camera, and I just look through the viewfinder at various pieces individually, because sometimes the whole is almost the piece. I mean to separate them. They, never really are put together as a group. Well, so far, I should say, once or twice, but in general. And so, it's easy to lose the trees for the forest, to coin a phrase and turn it backwards. So I'm going to wait on those. Let me just get started working on the maps. And how do I want to do that? I think I'll use a squeegee. I just got these new squeegees. I was so happy. And because I have new squeegees, now, I feel more comfortable using the old ones. Like I'm not going to, wear them down to nothing. And so because they're so worn in, it's kind of like an old pair of shoes. I can make that analogy. It's really true. I'm just using the old squeegees now. I think I could use a little turquoise on this back wall as well. Let me do that. And one more. There we go. Get the party arted. Ooh, look at that. Wow. Yeah, that's maybe more than I thought I would put on initially. But why not? Here we go. There's that green. Yeah, this is the green with the very open top, so it's a lot that comes out. All right. Just want to get a little bit more over here. Because there will be other colors that follow. I'm building up over in the area that I covered with the translucent, semi-transparent white, a little bit more on the gray side. Now, I want to back and forth and back and forth. That's really kind of how my mind is operating right now. I almost have to stop talking when I start working in, in a concentrated way, because I'm not thinking. I'm not thinking. I'm really just responding to the surface in front of me, and that's that. Now I like what I'm doing here, but I'm not I'm not really sure that it was the right thing to do, but I'm going to keep going because there's nothing else that's coming to my mind at the moment. I like these colors. They go okay with that part, with these paintings, and they absolutely are not finished, so something has to happen, and I'm just going in. It gets a little tougher, because there's areas that I really like so much, and I don't want to necessarily eliminate those. But it's always a risk. There's always a chance that that wasn't it. There's something so lyrical about these, because of the brush stroke, and I really like how the patterning a lot of times is pretty overall. in my work. I know that. I like that. That's what I'm aiming for. Sometimes it's just nice to have a clump, that of pattern, and then it works out, but not terribly universally on the paintings. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. Let me just do this one little piece on my Venus here. If I can find her in my bin o' Venuses. And I cannot find her. Oh, yes, I can. Here she is. Boom. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. I think I need something a little darker here too, but okay, I'm going to keep going. As happens sometimes. There's a real contrast between the two goddesses. I'll show you when I start to take these apart. I like that though. We'll see. Wait for the paint to dry. Cross my fingers. Just give a little something extra to the top of, or the bottom of a couple of these. Have some of that come up like grass growing. Okay. Quit while I'm ahead. So thank you for joining me. Now go make some art. So I'm so happy that you are joining me today, and maybe other days too. I'll take you through my day-to-day as an artist, and I look forward to seeing you on the next tape.